Welcome to the 97th podcast of Activated Stories.
February 2010. This episode's story is The Frog and the Antelope, a Native American story.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Kimberly. And together we are the Activated Actors
from Activated Story Theater.
Yes, we have changed our name. We are actually the Activated Storytellers. We've been known as the Activated Storytellers for years and years and years. And just recently, we're starting to cross over and call ourselves now the Activated Story Theater. Why?
Because that's what we are.
Well, it is. I think it describes much more what we do on stage. We don't just tell stories. We do go above and beyond storytelling, and we act it out.
And we're not changing our act any.
No.
It's still the same.
We just feel this name describes us better.
Yes, better name.
So, we are the Activated Actors, Dennis and Kimberly. And this week we have a story for you. We're going to get to that in just a minute. We're going to catch you up, first of all, on what we've been up to, where our travels have taken us for this past month.
Everglades.
Yes. We have been to the Everglades in southern Florida and highly recommend it if you ever get down to the bottom of Florida to take a trip to the Everglades. We had a fabulous experience.
Yeah, now when you think of Everglades, what do you think of?
Alligators.
Alligators, yeah. Well, we saw lots and lots of alligators.
Yes.
I mean, you can drive along
You
the
can
road.
walk next to them.
Oh, yeah.
You see them down the highway.
But yeah, just driving along the road there, you look over and on the other side of the ditch, they're just lined up there.
Right, and there's places where you can get out when you're visiting the Everglades, and you just go on a little walk, and they are right there. I think some of them may have been 6 feet away.
Yeah.
It's a little scary, a little eerie, actually, but they're rather docile.
Alligators are not aggressive toward humans as a rule. I think the only time they ever attack humans, very rarely, is in self-defense, when they feel threatened, when people get too close to them. So you want to keep your distance because they can hurt you if they do attack you, but very rarely happen.
But yeah, they don't mean to attack. I don't think they're out to attack. But Everglades, what does Everglades mean?
Well, the Everglades is a huge national park. It consists of largely swamp or marshy area.
Right, because Everglades means grassy river, and that's what it is. It's a very unique environment.
There's no other place like it on Earth.
No. And we had the chance to go swamping through...
We took what was called a sluice log.
Yes.
Which means basically wading through the swamp.
Getting wet up to your hips.
Yeah, it was a ranger-led tour. There was a group of 7 of us. We went off the road in these areas that most people never go to.
No, we got muddy.
Yeah, and you might be concerned about doing something like that, about encountering an alligator or a snake or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they said it never happened. They had done that hike for something like 40 times. I don't know, a lot of times.
They've been doing it for 7 years.
Well, I know, so it's a lot of times.
Yeah.
And they never encountered an alligator in there because they know where the alligators live, and they stay away from there.
Right. So that was very unique, and we got to see air plants, which are not a parasitic plant. They grow up on the trees. And parasitic meaning that they don't take away from the tree's nutrients. They are supporting themselves. They just are, well, like sitting on the tree's shoulder, as it were, and living up in the air. They don't have roots down in the ground or in the water.
Yeah. Okay, but the most fun thing we did in the Everglades was a canoe trip.
Yes. We rented a canoe and we went to an island that was, well, it's uninhabited. It is open for camping, but you have to get a special permit to go there. And we've had a canoe before. We've rented a canoe, but we've only gone maybe 2 hours, 3 hours in a canoe. Mm-hmm. And we paddled all day long for about 6 hours on the way out.
Yeah.
And then probably about 5 or 6 on the way back.
Yeah.
Took our tent.
Everglades National Park extends all the way to the edge of the
Gulf of Mexico.
Shore. Yeah, to the Gulf of Mexico. And so these islands are located just offshore.
They're keys.
They're keys, yes, small islands. They say that there's something like 1,000 islands there.
There are. Mm-hmm.
Or more. There are also big clumps of mangrove trees that look like islands, but that are really not.
And you can't canoe through
but it's like a maze. It's like canoeing your way around a maze to get out to one of these islands. But we did make it out to the island and set up our tent there right on the beach.
Yep.
There was only one other person camping there, so we had a nice isolated time out there.
Yep, like all to ourselves.
And coming back, we encountered some dolphins.
Dolphins! We saw dolphins, and you can actually see video. I didn't get too much footage of the dolphins, but I do have video of our Everglades trip. And I will put a link to that in the show notes. or you can visit our websites, which is activatedstorytellers.com or activatedstorytheater.com, and you can see a link to our Everglades video.
Featuring music that I wrote.
Featuring music that Dennis wrote, yes.
Not just for this. It's some
Yeah,
of my
I
own
wish I
music.
could have got more of the dolphins, but it was really hard to paddle the canoe and hold the camera. And the dolphins, they were jumping like right next to us. We were almost afraid they were going to knock us over. So
Some of Flipper and his cousins out there.
yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Right now, as we speak, the Olympics are going on in Vancouver.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we can't be up in Vancouver to watch. I wish we could be. I love Vancouver.
Yeah.
But we thought it would be appropriate to do a story this week concerning a race of sorts.
Right, in honor of the Olympics. This is the story of the frog and the antelope. There was a village on Tobacco Plains. Antelope was chief there, and he was a fast runner. No person or animal could beat him. Many had tried, and all gave up. I'll get you! I'll get
I'll take you. Oh boy, where'd he go?
I mean to tell you, Antelope was the fastest runner.
How fast was he?
He was so fast, a sneeze couldn't catch him.
Achoo!
Now, there was another village on Tobacco Plains, and Frog was chief there. He could not run as fast, but he was a smart frog.
E equals MC squared. Ribbit.
One day, his people were playing games, and he said to them,
Hey, listen. This antelope fellow can run faster than I can, but I am smarter, and I'll prove it.
well, he hopped along the trail that led him to the Antelope village. And when he found the chief's lodge, he went inside. And the Antelope chief began to brag about his running. No person can beat me. I mean, I beat everybody. Yep.
Well, hey, I can race too. Yep.
But you can't run.
I can hop right along with the best of them. I may not be a fast runner, but I'm a fast thinker. That counts for something.
You would not say that you would race me, though.
Well, I might.
You might.
Yeah.
When?
Well, how about tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Ha, where?
Well, how about this trail between our villages? How about this race course they got all marked out there? I can't run well when the ground is rough, you know. I must have a smooth place. Smooth like me.
Yeah, all right. How far shall we run?
Well, how about from your village to mine and then back again?
All right. I suppose I shall be laughed at for racing you, but I'll race just the same.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll be laughed at, all right. Now, what will you bet on this race of ours?
Bet? Why, anything, everything I have. What have you got to bet?
Oh, not much. I'll bet my clothes, and all of my tribe will do the same. How will that suit you?
Fine. I like nice green clothes. I hear they're pretty cool in the summer.
They're cool all the time, brother.
Fine. Be here at sunrise.
I'll be here, and I will bring the whole tribe.
And then Mr. Frog went out and down the trail to his village. Hopping, and thinking, till he got home to his lodge. The frog chief went outside and called his people.
Follow me toward the Antelope village. Forward, hop. Now listen to me. I am going to race a race with the Antelope chief this morning at sunrise. I have bet all of my clothes and yours. If I lose this race, we shall all have bad times and bare bottoms. Pay attention to me. First frog, turn around. No. You hop one long hop down this trail. That's it. Now hide yourself and stay still. Second frog, turn around. Now you hop one long hop past the first frog. That's it. Now hide yourself and stay still. Third frog, turn around. Now you hop one long hop past the second frog. That's it. Now hide yourself and stay still.
He made enough frogs turn around and hop one long hop past the last one until they reached to his village along the trail. And when the last one hopped into his place near their village, not one of them could be seen. But there were frogs all the way along the trail, from the Antelope village to the Frog village, and they were just one long hop apart.
Now, you trail frogs, listen. You are all in this race, every one of you. It's a relay race, and there must be no mistakes made if you want to save your clothes. When we start this race, I will hop one long hop down the trail, then number 1 will hop one long hop down the trail, then number 2, and number 3, and number 4, and so on, clear to our own village. Each one stopping right where he lands after hopping one long hop. Understand what I am doing? We all look alike. At least that's what everyone says. He will think the last hopper down there by our village is me. Oh, oh, oh. Croak, croak, croak.
Good morning. You have brought many people with you.
Why, yes, quite a few. More than you realize, I think.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, then. On your mark, get set, go! And the race began, and all of the antelope people and the frog people watched as they ran up the hillside and to the other village. Here we go! Laughed the antelope chief, trotting down the trail, but the frog person was always a little bit ahead of him. Well, he's faster than I thought, said the antelope, beginning to run. Still, the frog was a little ahead of him. Always just a little ahead. Well, this person may not be so slow. And he ran like the wind, but the little frog person was still just a little hop ahead. Now, the antelope began to think of his property, and he did not want to hand the property over to the frog person. So he ran even faster. The frog person was a little bit ahead of him when he reached the frog village, and when he turned to race back. I'll beat him now. And he ran as fast as he could, pounding the trail with his hoofs. But, as before, the frog person hopped a little bit ahead of him, till out of breath fell down near his own lodge, beaten. Oh, now how everybody began to laugh. They laughed so hard, and while they were laughing, the frog chief hopped near the antelope, whose sides were panting so fast he could not speak.
A little running seems to tire you.
And the frog chief looked down at all the property he'd won in the race. His sides were not panting. He'd only hopped 2 long hops, one down the trail and one up again. Well, you've beaten me, and I admit it. You're a very fast runner, that's all I can say. I misjudged you, but I know now.
Oh, I am not so very fast at running, but I spend a good deal of time thinking.
That's the story of the frog and the antelope.
And that story is especially appropriate because it comes from the Kootenay tribe, and I hope my pronunciation is somewhere in the ballpark of native pronunciation. And the Kootenay tribe is based in Montana, Idaho, and part of British Columbia, where the Olympics are being held.
We are finishing up our tour of Florida. We will be heading to Mississippi and Alabama for some shows coming up. Also want to point out, I was looking at our statistics lately for our podcast, and we have about 8,000 listeners a month.
Wow.
So I want to say hi to everybody out there listening to the podcast.
Yes, we'd like to say hi to each and every one of you. Hello there. Hi, how you doing? Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. How you?
Hi. Yeah, that's for you.
Over there in Des Moines. Yes, I see you.
Hi,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, and yeah.
Yeah. Nebraska. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, Wisconsin. Yes, good to see you.
So anyway, I'd like to say welcome. You can also listen to the podcast on Stitcher. That's available on your iPhone or Palm Pre or other web-enabled phone, Stitcher.com.
Or maybe on 2 tin cans strung together with a wire. I don't know.
Well, it is Stitcher. They can
Stitcher,
stitch the
yes.
tin cans together. Yes. So anyway, Stitcher.com is now another option for listening to the podcast. Or you can listen. You can download it with iTunes and Blueberry and lots of ways to listen. Most people are funding us through the website, though. And we have shows coming up. We have a couple of shows coming up in Mississippi. Our next public show will be in Alabama. On March 16th, we're going to be performing in Mountain Brook at the Emmett O'Neill Library. And the next public show after that will be March 23rd in New Mexico, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. From there, we head on out to California with shows in Modesto, Palo Alto, Lodi, Tiburon, and then we'll be starting our summer programs in California as well. So those are the programs that we have available for the public. Most of our shows during the school year are at schools and not open to the public, but we do have some public ones coming up.
Yes, and we hope to see you at one of them.
Yes, we absolutely do. And if you cannot catch us live at one of the public shows, we will also be streaming them so you can watch online.
As available.
Unless we have a technical problem,
Yeah.
we will be streaming on live. We've got some better capability of doing that now that I have my new...
Yeah, it depends on the internet signal at the place we're filming.
Right,
too.
but we are planning on doing a live broadcast of the show March 16th, 10:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. from the Emmett O'Neill Library in Mountain Brook, Alabama.
See you later, alligator.
The Activated Storytellers perform at schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use American Sign Language, physical comedy, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring the stories to life. For booking information, check our website at www.activated-storytellers.com, where you can also find out when the Activated Storytellers will be performing near you. Read a story or order one of our audio CDs. Until next time.